Hello everyone, welcome back, and now the rain starts. Now it starts. It's been an insane heat wave here on the bottom of the planet in Australia, and it meant that there was a lot of rain coming in, and now it starts, right when I start streaming. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Spider-Man Rewind Replay. Oh my god, hang on. What have I written here? Oh no. It's all going horribly downhill. I was just reading on some Spider-Man beef you guys probably know about that's going on right now. Which we'll talk about later. We will get into everything, as well as all the news. It's gotten a little bit crazy in the last week. But welcome back to the Rewind stream, because today we are rewinding the clocks back to 2018 to replay Marvel's Spider-Man in the lead up to the highly anticipated sequel on October 20th. This series is to showcase my thoughts on the entire game, and to those of you who haven't somehow seen the story in its entirety. Somehow. So why stream on Wednesday than Thursday? What happened? I was supposed to be on Thursdays all the time. Well, today marks exactly 1 month until the new game comes out, so it seemed pretty fitting that this be the time to do it. Plus, there's just that much news.
What's our status in Times Square? Armored patrol on the move.
Yeah, there is just... I'm going to turn the game volume down a bit today. There's just that much Spider-Man news, and I can't really hold it inside of me any longer, and I've got no one else to talk to bar you guys. So, where do we begin? I have points everywhere. I've actually got them all in my phone, so we don't forget a single thing on this stream. But before that, how are you guys doing? Is everyone doing well? Hello and welcome. My lord, we have some Spider-Man news, and there's some Spider-Man YouTuber beef, and like there's a lot going on. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So the first thing is that yes, the game is exactly 1 month away. You know, I'm excited. All right, I'm so excited. Oh wait. Ah, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I gotta go to the top again. First bit of news that I'm happy about to announce in this new game is the fact that loop-de-loops are in the game. The one thing I was complaining about in the last stream, or was it the stream before, that I would like to have that much momentum that I can do a loop-de-loop and flick off of that line with an immense amount of speed. We can now do that in the new game. Apparently though, you can't just build up a lot of speed and then do it naturally in the system. You've got to be diving like this to then initiate the loop-de-loop, which I suppose makes sense. You do need that kind of speed, but I wish we could just do it normally in the game engine. But hey, I don't want to complain too much. I'm glad it's here. Web swinging and checking notes on my phone at the same time, so I don't forget nothing. Don't dodge too. Man, I'm good at multitasking. They've also created, so you know this mechanic where you run along the side of the building like this, you hold circle and you can whip around the corner real tight? They're implementing an entire system where you can just whip sideways around buildings in a similar vein, but without wall running, which is going to be really cool. I'm glad that that's being implemented as well. We can apparently swing on water in this new game, or briefly, so if you swing real low against water, you'll actually slide along the water for a very short period of time. Unless you jump off, I think you can jump off of the water to then continue another swing, or maybe just flick out the web wings again, I don't know. But apparently you have to do it for a certain time, otherwise, you know, when your momentum slows, you'll just drop into the water. What else is there? This slingshot ability, this was a bit debated in the community, whether we can do this all of the time now, or it's just at certain points of the map. We can do it anywhere. There's just certain places on the map where you can do a super slingshot rather than a regular slingshot if you want to get an extra jump, an extra boost. But apparently there is plenty of them. Full damage is in the game. Thank God. Yes, something that I would like. You know, I wasn't really fighting for it. It doesn't change my life, but it's another element of challenge thrown into the mix. It's incentive for the player to get good at web swinging, you know, instead of just falling and dying. You know, think of what Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 did. That fall damage was incentive to don't let go of your web line, Don't swing into a building. You've got to master this.
Rhino's on the move.
Rhino is on the move.
I'm gonna even the odds.
Oh gosh. I'm multitasking in a whole way right now. Oh gosh, I'm one-handing this right now. Oh gosh. I'm not even... Okay, the game has 30, 40, and... I know, that's what we all want. That was something we were asking about even in this game. We were like, will Bruce Campbell be there? Can he bully us one more time? Can he do that for us? Apparently not. Not in the sequel either. Like the pizza missions, Brian Intihar, the game's creative director, said that he would like to leave that stuff in the past and really make something for themselves, which I can respect. Although it would be very nice to have him bully us one last time. He did appear very briefly in the Amazing Spider-Man game as a guy that flew a blimp and would occasionally give you some crap, I think. No, he was just there. So yes, the game has 30, 40, and 60 frames per second. And ray tracing is always on. There's no fidelity mode and performance mode like this game and the Miles Morales game have, even though they developed to like a performance and fidelity mode. I think it's called Performance RT for performance mode and ray tracing. They've figured it out where if there's no fidelity mode where you get your ray tracing nice reflections, it's just always there. They have figured out a way to just constantly always make the game look good, which is nice. I'm all for it, all for the technical advancements. So the fast travel looks insane. If you guys have seen that, where think of if you pause the game, go to the map, and you want to move somewhere, instead of the way you'd select a waypoint, once you've selected the waypoint, it just GTA style sucks you straight into that exact point and throws you straight into web swinging. It's just going. There's just no cooldown time other than when you would hold X maybe 1 or 2 seconds. That's it. It's extremely exciting. That on just a technical level is very impressive to me. What else is there? So they've tried to utilize the DualSense controller. Yay, DualSense. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. Forget the no damage run, am I right? Just keep throwing trash at him. You're trash, Brock. Edward Trash Jr. You just don't stop, do you? Yeah, they have little puzzles now where you can hold the triggers down, because these triggers, for people that don't have the PS5 just yet, I'm sorry, I feel for you. But they, depending on what you're doing, can be very resistant. You actually have to put some real force into them. And so they've got a couple of mini games, like think of the puzzles in this game, where you got to solve the tech stuff as Peter. They've got some little puzzles integrated into using these and holding them down at certain strengths. Like you hold them to a certain point to then meet something else. Just a mechanic in game. Looks cool. I'm just glad that these things are being utilized. I don't feel like many games, other than like the test game that comes out with the PS5 that shows you, wow, it can do this and that and vibrate in all these crazy ways, that they get utilized in a game properly. But it looks like we're getting something at least. Or they just integrate these things so well that I just never even notice. So they have these wind tunnel missions in the game. They feel very reminiscent of... Oh boy. Where are we on? They feel very reminiscent of the Taskmaster missions, the one that we did in one of these streams the other day, just where you're going really fast. You're just on the web wings, just flying constantly. And that's something I usually wouldn't be super keen about. The web wings and stuff, it's a cool gimmick, but I don't want it to dominate the traversal system. Egg. Hello. I missed him. Got him. Right. This is like the worst time to bring up all the cool stuff because I'm so busy. What else do we have? So yeah, they've got these wind tunnel missions. They feel reminiscent. You're just flying the whole way, and yeah, I'm usually not super keen on it. Yay for democracy. Let's go. So the random side missions, you know, you can start your random crimes and all that good jazz. You like jazz? I really sound like I've had a lot of caffeine and coffee, but there's just so much news and I'm so excited. I haven't had nothing today.
Nice to see you, Spider. How about some payback for putting me away?
I'm just gonna put some drones out. You guys can... They can deal with this for me. The random crimes and stuff like that. Apparently you can just find... Let's say we're playing as Peter. You can just find Miles in the middle of a crime. I love my fans. I love you guys. Apparently you can just find Miles out and about fighting crime already and just jump into the middle of the crime and help out. Or vice versa. You could be in a crime fighting a bunch of guys and Miles can just show up randomly in like that one scene where he just swings and takes someone out during a kind of finisher cutscene thing, and he can just join the fight. And that's what it is to my knowledge, and that's really cool. Wow, I got hit hard. Go away. You too, I don't care. Oh no. No, people don't leave me alone, alright? There's a lot of exciting news.
There are easier ways to ask for an autograph.
Find Miles in the middle of a crime. Wow, dude. Oh, just world building. It's a thing they didn't have to do. Like, you might think, oh, it's a small crime on the map, I'm just going to go and see it, go down and find that Miles is already there and he's going to help you out. You can do the team finishes and stuff like that, which I imagine are a lot like what you could do in Arkham Knight. I know it's not a big deal for people, but rain is now accessible in the game, I think. I think they've listened to that complaint. I like to be able to change the weather and the time of day, and in this you could change it from like 3 different times of day. That's it. And that bummed me out. I want a day-night cycle. I want it to rain hard sometimes, and for it to be an option that I can actually choose. Oh yeah, Miles is definitely the one doing the crime, you know, and it's just about going in there and helping him steal as many TVs as possible. Maybe I misworded that. Oh my god, right, hardest difficulty, I really shouldn't half-ass this. What else is there? Right, should really look at the game. Mysterio is now in the game. That's something we now know about. Isn't that cool, guys? There's a Mysterio man. A man with a fishbowl for a head. It's an exciting time we live in, alright? Oh my god, just don't die. Just don't die. Just... God damn it. I'm just getting it out of the way for the most part, so I have talked about it. Oh boy. I mean, you are my biggest fan, what are you talking about? Oh my god. Please, just... Come on, man. Just lay off it, alright? Oh my gosh, no!
That's it for Sable's airborne commandos. Now to mop up the rest of the Rikers escapees.
I'm not doing super well. I'm panicking and just using all the gadgets. Just, we'll toss him off. Don't need to worry about that. Nah, he did not make that. Ah, I thought I could get him. Okay.
And I just found out what it means to be Sable's priority.
Mysterio is in the game. We got to see his little logo in the sky to know that, okay, yeah, he's definitely a part of this. But then we get to see a glimpse of Quentin Beck at one point. I think that's supposed to be Quentin Beck, and I will hold my breath until I get to see Quentin Beck. And whether that's the final design or... Just, I'll wait until I get to see the character properly in action. Just, he doesn't look like a Quentin Beck. The Spider-Verse theory. So there's these like little spider bots and stuff around the city that you can collect, and there's this theory that it could be a side mission that's actually Spider-Verse related, where we could potentially be going to do a side mission not even on the map or in this realm, or in a very different looking New York. Some people think they were just collectibles. Oh, you guys like to torture me. What do you want me to say, man? What do you want? What do you want from me? That's her. You're offending me. I'm gonna Karen my way out of this situation. Because I forgot what I was talking about. Spider-Verse stuff. Oh gosh. Sorry. Yeah, apparently some people were thinking that they were just collectibles. I think they might be for unlocking variants of suits, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But the only reason why is because some people have pointed out there was dialogue directly about, you know, where are these spider bots coming from? You know, they're not ours, how did they get here? And that the signal from where they were coming from was from millions of miles away. And that being impossible. So, I mean, it's possible. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like. But, hey, I'm down. I'm down for a side mission that's like that. I don't think that's the direction they're going to go with for a third game, and it's not the direction I want. That'll be enough. He's gone. He's off the building. Right.
Down, 3 to go.
Uh-oh.
Man, I did not miss dealing with Electro's elaborate supervillain antics while he was in the raft. Trapping the police with a network of
Right, that was a dumb idea.
Who does that? Great. 2 left.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep moving. Get these guys out of the way. City is kind of falling apart the last time I played. Oh boy. Yeah, that'll do.
Police are free, but demons aren't backing down. Need to lend a hand.
Yeah, let's just... I'm just trying to just deal with these guys as quick as possible. Oh! Oh, he did... Oh my god, he went flying! How am I doing the best corpse launches in this game? Why this game of... Well, this playthrough, more specifically, is what I should say. Alright, is that all of them?
Okay, Yuri. Both precincts are secure.
So yeah, I doubt Spider-Verse is the direction they're gonna go. I hope that there is some way to turn off the AR tech in their masks, as they like to call it. Just because they've made the map look super busy. I hope it's something like when you push in the right stick, you can see everything, and then you can, like, it'll go away eventually. It's very likely to be something like that, just because I like the immersion of, you know, swinging in the city. I like just setting a waypoint to get to something rather than it glowing in the city and just being in my face, and then letting the city just take me there. Rather than, yeah, having just so much stuff all over the map. Yeah, I even wrote it down just on me bullet points so I don't forget nothing, that it's the same issue that I have with games like Need for Speed Unbound, why I didn't buy it, because it's super realistic, and then it has all these cartoony effects on the burnouts and things like that, and I can't understand why. It's like, commit to one thing. If you want to go super cartoony, that's cool, but if you want to go realistic, go realistic. Why? You know, you does it make sense what I'm trying to say? Like, if it's super realistic and grounded and you want me to buy into it, and then it just goes super cartoony, it rips you right out of the tone of what you've set, and vice versa. You know? So I just hope that, yeah, it's not super busy and it's ripping me out of the actual map that they've built that looks so photoreal at this point. So there's a couple things that they mentioned as like new features, which I think I've caught them out on a bit. They said that there's crimes to stop from the game's various enemy factions, which I think is just a fancy way of saying it's the same. There's Sable guys, demons, normal crimes, except it'll be Kraven's Hunters this time, etc. But now we will get into a little segment called the costumes of this game. So they told us they have 65 costumes with variations, or what they call suit styles, where let's say if you're choosing the Sam Raimi suit, the webbed costume, if you play this game exclusively and you've never seen that before somehow, that might be one of the 65 suits, but then its variant might be the black suit version of that, and that counts as a suit style to account for 200 plus costumes that they have set are in this game, which is insane. 200 costumes. I'm pretty happy, but I feel like 50 of them are going to be like half-assed to make the number. We'll have to wait and see. But some of the suits we did see was the blacked webbed or Raimi suit. We have seen it. It looked horrible with the mechanic arms on the back, but still, the costumes in the game, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to use it. It'll be fantastic. That's a costume I wanted in this game. Sorry, I'm tripping on my words. I'm just very excited. There's a lot going on. We got to see the Superior Spider-Man costume, at least in the paused menu where we get to see the suit styles and all that stuff. And that looks fantastic as well. Another costume I really wanted in this game. And I feel like it's in there as a direct response to everyone going, where's this suit? Where's that suit? They do listen. To some extent, they listen. They can't always go through with everything we want to do because there's so many legal loopholes and, you know, there's issues. It's not always easy to do. But that was, yeah. Does the Raimi suit have Raimi Doc Ock arms? I wouldn't put it past them being able to implement something like that one day, like as a skin, or the modders will definitely do it. I don't know how I feel about the arms on the back of the Spider-Man costume. It just ruins it for me. Again, this is Insomniac's Spider-Man, and their version of Spider-Man is very techy. I don't mind him having some of the smarts to build web shooters, but when he becomes too tech-based, I feel like it very much takes away from the character. But that's just me. Another costume I seen that I also liked was I'm going to call it the serious classic costume. So it was the classic suit from this game, but the blues looked so much darker, and I don't know, as if that suit was brought into a gritty movie or something. And it looked great. I can't wait to use that. So in addition to that, we got a short teaser for 10 of the well, they're not DLC costumes, but if you pre-order it, Spider-Man becomes Inspector Gadget. He did in this game.
Anything goes wrong?
Yeah, in addition, I don't know if when they say there's 65 suits in the game, that includes the 10 suits that you can buy on top, which then means there's 55 suits in the game, and you can buy the extra 10 if you want to. I got the collector's edition. I lucked out with that, so I'm going to be getting them regardless. But my opinion on them, I don't like any of them. I want to, but they're not. I guess I just have a very closed mind about what Spider-Man should look like, because I've grown up with the character my whole life. You know, spandex. And then just do some color swapping. I don't like it when he's bulky or he has heaps of things going on, because that's a lot of effort on Insomniac's part, and it's something that I'm not really into. It just doesn't feel worth it. The thing that I can say for it is that it's variety. It does add a you know, some very different looks to Spider-Man. And if it makes some people happy, then that's cool. But I think a majority of fans feel the same way. You know, Spider-Man with like a mohawk cut out on the top of his head to let his actual hair come out as a mohawk with like cyborg arms isn't really what we want, you know? I feel like we would want things like, again, Superior Spider-Man, Sensational Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man, just different variations on Spider-Man and his history. I'd like to see Steve Ditko's costume from the 60s, you know, if you're going to go with, you know, the whole animated costume like this, can we get it in the vein of the very OG comic books? That would be amazing, you know. And then again, we've got this with a very dark blue in the new game, which I can't wait for. But yeah, the apocalyptic suit and encoded suit. I can't even remember all the names of all these ones. I guess what makes a suit is its history, you know. And if Insomniac didn't believe that themselves, they wouldn't have gone out of their way to treat the black suit so, you know, specially. That's not even a word. But they treat it with respect, and they're really going out of their way because of this costume. The costume and its story makes the costume. Well, since some of these are original designs that we've never seen before and we have no connection to, they don't feel like anything. And then again, they go so far off the beaten path, it doesn't even feel like Spider-Man anymore. You know, we've got, I think Miles has like an entirely purple with a little bit of yellow lines. It's almost like Wraith's costume, but bright neon and techie. It doesn't look anything like. Can I actually do this without...
Maybe I can isolate it.
I was just wondering if I could do this without doing all that. Like, I can just find the building that I'm supposed to go to.
This looks promising. Oscorp's modified CPF-1.
But yeah, they're just... The suits, personally, for me, they're just not for me. If they make other people happy, that's great, more power to you, but...
The trail goes in a few directions.
Yeah.
Need to find the right one.
Because isn't it here? Do I have to follow the trail? Can I do this without following the trail? Oh yeah.
The trail leads down into those vents. What was Otto doing up here? Should be a door or an access hatch around here.
So yeah, not really into the suits. We found out we've got different web wings for each costume. So there's one costume that has wings that are reminiscent. I think it's the apocalyptic one, but it's like Falcon's wings from the Avengers or the MCU, except they're much smaller. So it looks more like oh, what's the costume I'm thinking of? The Hornet one. Hornet something. I can't remember. But there's gonna be things like capes, I'm assuming. Possibly for Spider-Man Noir, his trench coat, which would be really cool. I think that they can definitely do that. Another cool thing with costumes is apparently there is suit damage in the game. We have it. Yes! Hopefully it's not nothing like a certain costume. I hope it's much more than that. You know? But apparently, after you attain all your suit damage, let's say if it's in a random street crime, once the crime's completed, you have heard the Noir trench coat will be... Yeah, I think I heard something about it. Something about the fedora and the trench coat. Like, it's going to be the full shebang. But, again, it's not... I don't know anything conclusive on it. I don't know if it's for sure. I hope so. It sounds like it's going to be the case, but I try not to get my hopes up too high for something that might not even happen. But apparently with the suit damage and stuff like that, after you've completed, let's say, the random crime in the city, it goes away completely. So it's there only very temporarily for whatever mission or thing you happen to be doing. And I don't know if I'm for that. I know it's a little bit of a pain in the ass in, let's say, I think it's the Amazing Spider-Man 1 game, the movie tie-in game. it's a bit of a pain because once you get suit damage, the only way to fix it is to basically go back to your apartment and switch costumes, or just exit the apartment again, and that'll fix it all right back up. But it gave it some weight and realism. It's like your suit, it doesn't just fix itself magically. It stays torn until you go home and fix it. I think the solution should be, it's like a toggle. You can toggle it on and off. Like, you'll just, like, suit damage on, suit damage off. If it's on, all of a sudden you start getting more damage, getting more damage, getting more damage. If it gets to a point where you just don't like it anymore, if you want to see the costume just restored to what it was, you just flick it back off, and then you can just flick it back on again. Make it something we've got a bit more control in. Insomniac like to give us a lot of accessibility, and
using something called
yeah, I feel like that's something they could definitely do.
Seems like the last state. What's Vulture doing in time? Electro's disabling Oscorp.
Wow.
Targeting Oscorp. Scorpion must be trying to poison the city's reservoir. Another Oscorp owned
We got a lot of information very quickly.
Icarus. This is it.
Hello, Spider-Man. We've never been properly introduced. I'm
Otto Octavius.
So,
Icarus, is
something I thought was exclusive to the black suit, which was that little move where, like, he's kicking that guy crazily against a wall in the demo we got earlier in the year. I thought that was exclusive to Black Suit Spider-Man, you know, that he would have different animations to just to some extent. You know, I want to see a bit of a visible difference between normal Spider-Man and Black Suit Spider-Man. There's some other people that have also complained about this, but again, I'm gonna hold any judgment or anything I have until I have played the game. What I'm hoping for is it's something progressive, so as soon as you get the black costume, you still play normally. Everything seems kind of fine, and then as the game goes, you get some different animations, you start playing a little more aggressive, or you just completely light switch day and night. As soon as you go black suit, you're just aggressive, you're punching different, you're kicking different. I thought that kick, for example, was something that was exclusive to that black suit, or just using the symbiote abilities in general. Apparently not, because Miles was able to do it in some of the gameplay we've seen, which was a little bit of a bummer. Right, playing the game.
Teamwork's beautiful, ain't it? Helping you reach those unattainable goals. Like killing Spider-Man.
That was almost heartwarming, Electro. You really grew in prison, didn't you?
Sorry, just gonna beat him up real quick. Alright, this game ain't nothing. We got this, we're fine. Easy peasy.
You're up. No, Adrian, it's me, Spider-Man. What are you babbling about?
Nobody ever gets my jokes.
I got the joke. Rocky joke.
Thought we had a healthy give and take. Man, have I misread this relationship.
Come here, Vulture, come on. Easy, easy peasy. See, I just feel like if there isn't different movesets between these Spider-Man, it just takes away a little bit from the impact of the black suit being there, because story-wise, it looks like they're absolutely bringing it. You know, you're gonna see such a difference in Peter Parker and his attitude, everything. But it's something I would like to see gameplay-wise as well. I want to see him doing more aggressive things when I'm playing him. Obviously, in cutscenes, they're probably gonna have him do some crazy stuff.
Just like oil and water. Sure.
Thankfully, we are getting some cool stuff. So, for example, we're getting the Surge ability, the Symbiote Surge, where we can just go absolute ape on the... oh gosh. On just enemies reminiscent to God of War's Rage mode. For those that have played God of War. If you haven't, you really should. It's really good. I've still got to finish the second one. Too busy playing Spider-Man for you guys. But the surge mode looks insane. Oh, it looks fantastic. It's everything that I could want, you know? Just starts wrecking people. Ooh.
He doesn't stand a chance.
Come on. Just beat him up, alright? It's not a big deal.
Hate to be the pessimist, but I don't think you guys are assessing this situation accurately.
I'm doing so well, I'm just breaking the game.
Miss me, now you got it. You know what? Forget I said anything.
Again, I'm still disappointed that I couldn't take on all 6 at once. You know, I wish I had this, then the Rhino and Scorpion stuff, then the Lee and Otto stuff, but then to do it all at once. But I suppose it makes sense if we've never fought Otto before, them all, you know, binding together to be one force to take down Spider-Man. You know, after the fact. Yeah. Losing me train of thought. Sorry guys, there's so much going on. Oh my lord! What did I do? You guys seen that, right? Wow, I kind of really messed that up. God damn. Some other story beats we've learnt that Harry knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Just straight up, don't know if he's known this entire time during this game and before he went in, or if it's something he finds out during the start of this new game, but he knows, and apparently he knows that Miles is Spider-Man, and he knows pretty much everything. He's in the loop, which is something that he'll definitely figure out after the fact, because he doesn't know Miles beforehand. At least we wouldn't think he would. That wouldn't make much sense. What else is there? The story is about the same length as the first game, sitting at around 17 hours, as they said. Harry read the script. Yeah, that's right, he did. That's how he knows everything, right? It's not because he gets the symbiote and he figures it all out that way, and then he's able to take on everybody. But nah, he just had the script. See, the story's about 17 hours, they said. But the story plus all the side stuff to beat is about 30 hours, and that to platinum it is going to take you around 44 hours. Speedrunners, do your thing. I'm also going to try and smash this game out before then. I wonder how long I'm going to stream for, because I'll be streaming until I'm sick of it, and I just don't think it's going to happen. It could be a very long day, but a fun one at that. So, another little thing we got, apparently, we definitely know now that the symbiote is alien, which, yes, thankfully, thank God. I hate it when it's Oscorp created. 44 hours for a platinum isn't a loss. No, well, this game was pretty cruisy itself. You know, it's not that much. Like, what, the story's...
That's what I was gonna ask you. I'm
what?
fine, but you and May are in the middle of it.
We're busy.
This is the 4th stream, and by the time I finish it, it'll be 8 or 9 hours. That's not much at all.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's fucking... I didn't half the time they thought it was gonna be originally.
Now, if I was a mercenary,
And then on top of the 9 hours, if I spent another 9 doing everything in the map, probably could.
Me, I'd end it now. But Octavius is paying, and he wants to torture you, which I respect.
damn it! What did he inject me with?
That doesn't look good. You got visited by the Nickelodeon man.
Whoa.
Yeah, so something else we learned is, yeah, alongside the symbiote being an alien, the meteorite it's crashed on, or the thing that it's come down to Earth with, that we will learn more and more about as we get to see it finally, has the red spiral on it. Now, for people that don't know what the red spiral is, that's a wink and nod to where the symbiotes come from to begin with the character Null, which I think is spelt Knull,
Safe for a minute.
who created the entire race of symbiotes to begin with. So, cool little Easter egg, or are they going to do a little more with that? I don't know. Because I feel like they could have it, let's say, explain itself in its backstory to either Peter or, let's say, Harry as Venom. Will Carnage be around? I have my own little theory for that, because as far as DLC goes, for this new game coming out, there's been zero mention of plans. Or not, there's zero official announcement, but there are rumors of what they want to do, and rather than it be 3 mini DLCs like this time it was, next time around the one coming soon, might be one huge DLC. And what makes sense more than anything than to do Carnage after the fact. Because as much as I love Carnage, his goals aren't, just take over, destroy, or like take over the world, or something like really enthralling and like an entire 20 hours game's worth of story. It's I'm a psychopath, I just want to murder and destroy shit. That's it. And I feel like that's something you could fit within one giant DLC if you were to cram the amount of space that there is in the 3 DLCs for this game into just one. I feel like you could do Carnage pretty well, and I feel like the reason Carnage might not be mentioned is because maybe Carnage is literally me. Then you have some problems, man. What's it? Venom could potentially do something like in the original cartoons where he teams up with Spider-Man to take out Carnage. So Venom's fate would very much be tied to the DLC, and I feel like that's why they're not mentioning any of it at all, if that's the case. Because I feel like a third game, it has to be Goblin. I feel like that's where they are going. I feel like it would make much more sense for Harry, considering he's already sick and he might need to be bonded to the symbiote to survive. Considering those circumstances, he may die. And I feel like that would be the way to go. You'd have such an emotional punch, and you'd push Norman over the edge to go Goblin for a third game. And, sorry, this is a trippy sequence. Yeah, I feel like they could... It would just make sense narratively to do something like that. Oh gosh, please don't. Gosh, I know how to break games. Yeah, I feel like that's what they would do. Like, it wouldn't make sense to just Carnage for an entire third game, I don't think. But he's too cool of a character to not include at all, especially now that you've finally done Venom. That's kind of my theory, if there's any way to fit him into it. Otherwise, outside of a potential DLC theory, I've heard no mention. I think they're just trying to get this black suit stuff right to begin with, that being the first step. But hey, I'm glad the Spiral stuff's mentioned. It's a really cool story. Oh, Lord.
Scorpion? How'd you get this number?
Uh-oh. That. And he's channeling his inner Scarecrow. Oh, Carnage is awesome. That's why I'd love to see him involved. And considering they're so tight-lipped about the DLCs or anything like that, I feel like that's where he would fit. And as cool of a character as he is, it's really unfortunate that he's so tied to Venom, because you almost can never tell his story without telling Venom's first, and that takes up enough time that you might not ever get to see Carnage.
This isn't you, Doc.
Love his design in the 90s cartoon, where like the red hue's almost pinkish. I do wish that... Oh, don't go that way. I do wish that we got to see his design in Spectacular Spider-Man fully realized. Although the animation isn't everyone's cup of tea. Just, I know they would have handled the character perfectly, and I wish we could have seen it. So what else did we get? We got the chase between Spider-Man and the Lizard in the streets. That looked cool. I'm not sure what else I can add to it other than Kraven blew off Lizard's tail. Dope. We got what else do we get? Okay, I got all the notes, but I'm trying to go off memory a bit, guys, so I don't.
Just talk to me. I can help you.
Uh,
There it is. The atropine.
the boss fight itself with Lizard. How did I forget that? That looks awesome. That looks like it's a direct response to this, because people's criticism was, you know, while there's boss fights in the game, they're not very good. I mean, you can see how quickly I'm plowing through them and stuff like that.
You're here, sure. Sorry to bust up your plans.
Oh gosh. Because Lizard's boss fight, it has layers to it. You know, like it escalates. It's not just one fight like the ones I just did with Electro and Vulture. It's Lizard's here. Now he's on the walls, and now he's outside the sewer. Oh my god, how am I supposed to survive that? That was BS.
Somehow. But I'm running out of time. I need to mix the antidote.
Oh no, waves of crippling depression. Spider-Man Lotus has kicked in. Oh no. I probably shouldn't make that joke. But like, Lizard has a health bar, which is great. It would have been nice to have health bars to give you a bit of an idea of your progress, you know, in a fight.
Another hallucination.
And yeah, we're getting that. We've got like in this Lizard fight, yeah, there's levels to it. There's health bars now, which is great. There's the whole parry system that they've built in. Alongside the fight itself, just normal crimes and stuff like that. From what everyone's said, obviously I haven't got my hands on it myself. It's that the game is a lot harder, which is another thing I'm very much looking forward to.
All you'll ever be is a loser.
Can't let him get to me.
Oh, got it. And I'm glad it's a lot harder, because that was why I was doing the no damage runs to begin with. It just felt... Oh gosh. You know, because these just feel so easy. Oh lord.
Some you. Everyone you ever met suffered.
It's like fighting internet trolls. Knock one down, another pops up, another one down.
It's like fighting internet trolls. See, this is dialogue I don't think I've ever heard, because it's just been too easy, and I usually just beat it before this. What the hell are you using? But yeah, I'm glad it's going to be much harder. The bosses are going to be layered. They look fantastic, is my point.
Oh, that's the last of them. I can barely stand up. There's the centrifuge I need.
Awesome. There's been so much stuff.
Finally.
And now to talk about my favorite thing. My favorite thing that was revealed, shown. It probably isn't the thing you're thinking of. It's definitely not that.
I think I took decontamination a little too far. Put some clothes
It
on.
was the
Much better.
small clip that's
go
been
ahead and
cut
fight
up
that
everywhere.
away.
It's impossible to watch the thing in full. But the confrontation between Black Suit Spider-Man and Kraven in the church tower. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It might touch on a hint of spoileriness, if that makes
My head's
sense.
still foggy. Need to work the last of the poison out of my system
My comments
before I
about the
tap
rain
into
earlier,
villain.
yes, it's raining now in game, but it's not an option you can just choose. Like, you've got to boot up either this part of the game, which is where the city's completely destroyed, or after you take down Martin Lee, and then it's raining. I don't understand. They've built this, and then they won't let you be able to use it as you wish. Like, they have an entire system for day, sunset, night. Why wouldn't they include this, or the dawn one that they've made just for the remaster? It just doesn't make sense to me, unless it's just not accessible. Well, of course it's not accessible, but I don't know why. I don't know why. But the confrontation between Peter and Craven, there's just so much. Uh-oh.
Is it okay to give up on a friend?
Oh, wow, Pete. Thinking of Otto?
That obvious, huh?
Yeah, let's get away from people shooting at us. You just get so much between both the characters so quickly. With Craven, you get a lot more of his character, who he is, how switched on he is. When you're watching him piece together how quickly the black suit's weakness in just his facial expressions alone. It was awesome. It, like, for some reason, that stuff and him figuring out the black suit's weakness and then playing on it and watching that black suit freak out was my favorite part of everything we've seen. Because you're getting so much characterization for Craven instead of him being, I'm just the hunter. He looks like a man that's, I don't know, he's seeing something he's never seen before, and you can watch how bewildered by it he is. Like when, after the black suit freaks out and it throws a tendril to smash this bell to stop it from ringing, you watch how quickly Craven goes from the bell smashing to pivoting back to seeing Peter, because he's just so fixated on what this creature is. Because after he rings the bell, the symbiote freaks out in such a way that it looks fantastic. You can hear the pain in Yuri Lowenthal's performance. I think it's the story. I'm really here for the story in these games. Because I'm not a super gadgety Spider-Man kind of guy. The gameplay is fantastic, obviously, but I think the story is the main thing I'm here for. I'm here for everything else too, but the story itself, their take on these characters. Because again, I feel like I'm finally going to get the rendition of Venom I've always wanted, but with the Insomniac twist of it being Harry instead of Eddie. That helicopter has got some issues. Let's go for a ride. Oh. But it's, oh, it's fantastic.
Okay.
I can't wait.
I
Ooh.
need to get after Scorpion, but I haven't seen Aunt May face to face since the fire. Think I can afford a quick pit stop at Feast.
No, I don't care to stop your crime. I hope the crimes do get a revamp. They talked about how they've really tried to innovate the open world's crimes, or at least its narratives in its side mission content. I think that's more what they were trying to say, which I guess is a lot of what we get in the next game with Miles Morales, which was very good. It was a big step up from this, but it still looks like stopping trucks is going to be the exact same, and so forth and so forth. Like, which I'm not keen on. For me, the real game begins once you finish the story. You know, as far as, okay, you got a great narrative. That's awesome. If I was to just play this game for the next 5 years until the third game comes out, from there on out, it's a Spider-Man simulator. How well does it simulate being Spider-Man day to day? Well, with this game, it was you swing around with nothing to do, and then eventually you'll find a crime in an alley, or someone's stolen a car, and that's about it. You know, you stop a truck robbery kind of thing, which I'd kind of put in the bracket of car chase. I'd like just a little bit more, you know, because that's, obviously you can replay the game, but for me, it's a big part of the experience, you know, in the way that Red Dead makes their game. You know, it's a cowboy simulator. You've got the story, and that's great, but once you finish that, you could just keep going and exploring and living the life of a cowboy day to day and just never find everything. Whereas in this, the Spider-Man experience feels like it runs out after a while. Hopefully, yeah, the side missions are more amped up next time around, or this time around. Is it next time or this time around? I don't know.
Need to distract him. Hacking app should work. Better hurry.
Yeah, better hurry. Easy peasy, Miles. Easy peasy. Another stealth section. This is where I should have been talking about all this stuff. One of the last things I wanted to talk about was how I'm going to stream the next, well, not the Miles game per se, but just this new game in general. How I'm going to do that, because again, I see exactly what you guys see. Unfortunately, I'm sure that I will turn off the chat, just because I don't want any spoilers of any sort. Yeah, easy peasy. And then the question is just whether I or not I have the cam on the screen or not, and how much that bothers people. Because, you know, obviously people want to see my reaction, but at the same time, I want to be able to see the full screen in its entirety. And if I have the camera on, then I've got to have all the lights on. And if these are going to be very long sessions, these things can give me headaches after a while. So I'm just a bit indecisive. If I do, I'll probably make it a little smaller, maybe. If I don't have the camera on, I might be able to boost the frame rate to 60 frames per second and have it run smoothly. Obviously, it'll be taking a bit of a tank, the graphics. I'll have to put it down to 30 just so the stream runs, because streaming at 1080p 60 frames per second is just taxing on Australian internet, let alone trying to do it in 4K or something like that. So I'm not sure. That's going to be we'll figure that out. Come on, Miles, you'll do it. You'll figure it out. What else is there? There's so much. Is there any questions? Does anyone want to ask anything? Because my brain's full of Spider-Man knowledge at the moment.
No.
It's like completely jammed full of stuff. I don't even know what... I've been talking for an hour already. This is insane. But there was so much stuff. The web wings there, they look fun. I just hope they don't dominate. I hope they don't dominate the gameplay, which I think they're gonna. The way it looks, I feel like I'm gonna come around to it, but swinging is still primarily gonna be my source of getting around. Come on, big man. Rhino doesn't make much sense to me, you know. Like, the idea is that he's just this huge, impenetrable, no matter where you get him, or where you try to fight him, he's just indestructible. You can't beat this guy. But he's got all these exposed bits, like right under his arm and his bicep and all that stuff, which I suppose makes sense, because otherwise his face would be perspiring for his whole body. Did I say this all already? I think I have. But he just has weak points now. It feels like being completely armored head to toe everywhere is kind of pointless now. If I can just hit him in the abs really hard in his obliques, just take him down. Alright, we're getting there. Yeah, again, these stealth sections are so busted. They're so... He teleported, his voice was not there.
I gotta get out of here. Maybe if I get up there, I'll be safe.
When I find you, I may crush you!
That container. That's my exit.
I'll figure out a different way of doing it. Uh-oh. That's my bad. Look, container. Now we'll go the other way. Alright, nope, can't do that yet. I know this game so well. It's a good thing I don't speedrun it, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright.
Go.
And there we go, that is a game of Goose. Chase of Goose. Chase of Goose. There'll be a cool callback to that eventually if you stick around in the streams long enough. I hate Chase of Goose as well. Chase of Goose is not fun. Unless you're the goose. No, in that case it's still not fun. Nobody's liking that game. So why are we playing it?
Get off me!
My god, it's my blonde cousin.
Help! Hey, leave him alone!
Big mistake, kid.
You can't just push people around like that.
Or what? Like this?
That's it, come on.
Kid's got guts.
Hip square.
Circle, square, you've got this. Alright.
What's he saying? Not gonna be saying anything.
Whoosh. Nailed it. Sorry about that, guys, my phone.
Whoa.
So,
You want a taste?
oh, yeah, what else is there? Gosh, this new game, there's so much stuff. Why wouldn't they change out of prison? Because, I don't know. I guess it's all just... No, they're like, we don't care. We've broken out of prison. It's been like 2 or 3 days at this point. And we can rob clothes stores, but we're deciding we don't want to. Because we're not men of high fashion sense. We like our orange jumpsuits. So we got some Spider-Man beef at the moment, guys. Outside of the new game, if we're ready to talk about that, or should we save that for a little bit later? Don't know.
They may try to raid the shelter.
Way ahead of you. Anything
It is
else
between
happening
two
soon?
YouTubers
I'll let you know.
of the name.
Great.
One of
Thanks,
the
Lance.
name. Well, before I get into this,
Yuri,
I just want to say that I am a completely neutral third party. I do not side with anybody, and I do not side with nobody. It's not for me. I don't care to be a part of it. Think what you want, say what you want. It's the internet. It's the Wild West. Alright?
We'll get through this.
I do not care. It's between two guys, which I have no beef with either of them. Alright, I guess what I'm stressing is I don't want to get involved. Alright, I don't care to get involved about arguing over Spider-Man. It's the most pointless thing in the world. I have better things to do with my time. Watch me argue about Spider-Man with people one day. Fucking you watch. Between one YouTuber of the name of Colin, so it's just Colin with a full stop, and the amazing Lucas. So I don't know if anyone's heard of either of those guys, probably because they're both marginally bigger than what I am. Basically, the amazing Lucas was just voicing some of his issues with the game. He asks a lot, but in that same vein, it makes sense because we're the consumer, and these guys, their job is to make us happy, you know? They will say and do whatever they need to do to sell their game. That's the bottom line. What? And basically, yeah, he just voiced some opinions. Whatever, that's fine. There was some valid criticism, and I don't know, it's just another Spider-Man video. It's just whatever. I like hearing everyone's opinions and what everyone thinks. And then Colin came out and he made a video in retort, kind of debunking every con that Lucas could come up with. It wasn't a very well put together video. Am I gonna regret saying that? Again, I just don't want to start nothing with nobody. But a lot of... How do I talk about this without getting myself involved in it? Maybe this wasn't the type of topic to bring up. Whatever, it's Spider-Man beef. Who gives a shit? Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, he basically made a video just kind of, yo, bro, I'm sick and I'm still seeing this. You are #1 Spider-Man ass pics. You're sick, bro? Oh, that's bad. That's too bad. I hope you feel better soon, man. Hopefully it's not something too bad. You know, is it sick in the stomach, or is it like I've just got a splitting headache, or like I'm just exploding out of every orifice of my body? Oh lord, that's not the dodge I wanted to do. We were just talking about some Spider-Man beef happening in the YouTube scene. Please get him. Whew. If you've heard of the YouTubers Colin or the Amazing Lucas, they're kinda going out of it.
So what's the end for these particular memes?
All the things you just said. Oh boy, well, I hope you feel better soon, man. That does not sound good. It sounds nasty. I'm imagining something really bad.
Let's wrap this up.
Ooh, almost got Nickelodeon gooped.
An infant to do a man's job. Let's finish this.
Alright.
Oh, Scorps, love you, but you do know it's rude to cut in, right?
What were you gonna do? Like it? Beg him to give up?
Oh gosh, these guys are really going at it. Oh, I thought it was coming.
Aw, like an old married couple, you two.
Oh, shit. Easy. Oh gosh, that was close. Oh. Alright, I guess I didn't need to worry about it. Oh, why did I think that would work? I guess I'm just throwing everything I can. Wow, I'm actually feeling difficulty for the first time. I guess it's because I'm streaming as well.
You have a name yet? The Scary Six? The Dirty Half Dozen?
Yeah, see, you say that, but there's the manageable twos, alright? Oh, he's already down. Alright, well that was pretty easy. Easy peasy. So
We could just stop now, you know.
So this Colin guy, yeah, basically just made a response. He just debunked, or he tried to debunk whatever opinions that Lucas had, which I don't know why you'd want to go out of your way to start things with other YouTubers. You know, I don't want to say they've started an argument or a fight or anything like that, but it's just starting stuff, if that makes sense.
You boys learn to play nice.
I don't know why. I don't see the sense in it. I get the drama and the views side of it, but it's not worth it, I don't think. I don't see why we can't all just get along just fine. So yeah, he made a response video, and then Amazing Lucas did a stream responding to that. He did like a 3-hour stream on a 16-minute video. And I don't know, I just don't want to be too involved in it. I was just wondering if you guys know about it or you're aware about it.
Pete, hey, I've been through the city's data databases. If this Devil's Breath lab does exist,
oh boy.
It's off the books. The only other place I can think to look is in Norman's personal files.
I've already been through his office computer.
Did I just daydream completely beating Rhino and Scorpion? It's too easy, man. I'm glad the second game is going to be so much harder. Well, if you're only just joining us, Spider-Man Ass Picks, or Blake Bomber Spider-Man Ass Picks 5, Fan 5. It's too long, man. It's too long of a name. I can't. I've talked about as many things as possible if you're only just joining us about the new game. If you have any questions at all, feel free to flick them my way. I will retort however I can. But I'm excited. The thing that's excited me most is definitely that sequence with Kraven and Black Suit Spider-Man in the church. Just acting chops on everyone's part, the motion capture, it's looking, oof, molto bella. Alright. Alright, MJ, let's go.
Let me know if you get into trouble.
Happy fun time. Happy fun time, MJ time. So this is where it feels like the MJ missions, while still not great or still something that I don't enjoy, finally start to feel like there's some developed ideas.
Residents are pretty upset.
Like you've got the
Maybe I can rile them up.
distracting things you can throw. You've got the tase gun,
Why isn't Osborne down here?
and
Never happens to him.
I don't know. There's
The
just
mayor
more you
and
can
his
do in this
cronies are
one,
exempt.
but it
Security
just
let
feels
Moses
it's like
Lucas
too
know
little,
back
too late.
upstairs right
It's
away.
I knew.
how many groups of people did I have to talk to again to get this all started?
Definitely stay
Super
away from
slow.
the receptionist.
Will we finish the
Been
game
coughing
today,
up a
guys?
storm.
That's a question. We could definitely do that. Maybe. Depends. What do we reckon, guys? 3-hour stream, 2-hour stream?
I heard they'll let you up if you
If it's
claim
2 hours, I
social
can work a bit on some other videos. If it's 3 hours, we might get it done
Really?
in 4 streams.
Let's go talk to security.
Depends. How late are we staying up tonight, boys? How late are we staying up? Oh gosh.
How come Osborne never has to vacate his?
Security room's open.
Oh,
Just need
it's
to
already
get to the
open.
door without being seen.
Easy, easy.
Stay calm. Sable International has nearly finished their sweep. That's what you said an hour ago. I know this is frustrating, but
See
please
ya.
remember, Sable is doing this.
Yeah, so we finally get our little tase gun.
I
Zap
know
zap,
a few
MJ
Sable
power.
agents would love to meet you.
Alright. Zap. I'm Electro.
Gotta turn him around.
See how we can do multiple things now?
Good boy.
We're not just
I'm sure Sable
walking in a
offers
broken
all the
area.
controls in the security room.
Which we still kinda are.
Watson?
This one just feels the most refined.
Time to unlock that elevator.
Norman's on sabbatical, honey.
The line's
Alright.
clearing out, and the elevator's unlocked. Time to head
Oh,
upstairs.
I can go this way? Why don't I remember that? I guess these missions aren't that memorable. Okay,
Penthouse elevator. This is it.
let's go.
Norman and Sable. Right on cue.
Easy peasy.
Stupid useless button.
Oh, it's the last MJ sequence, guys. It's the last one. We're getting there. We're also going to get into all the secrets and all the
He's hiding something up here.
Welcome to Spider-Man 2 stuff. So the first thing is people believe this is some sort of prototype for a Green Goblin helmet of some sort. And it doesn't surprise me that it would look something like this, considering how techy everything is.
Whoa, this mask is incredible. Is it showing a door hidden in that wall? Wonder where it leads.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. You kind of fit the teeth in there, and would they do it Norman? I was gonna say Norman style, Sam Raimi style, where you can see the mouth underneath, maybe with this, or is it gonna be, yeah, a shut visor like that with the teeth kind of on top of it? I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if they went with something like this. They're too techy of a design team to go full like gowned costume like the 90s cartoon. It just makes sense. Right, gotta go all the way up over here. Although this new game, they
Fabulous
are
Osborne
actively
boys.
aware of how tech-based all the villains are and have deliberately swung the other way in search of monsters for
Norman must like spy
villains.
movies. I need to find the code for that keypad.
Which I like. I think I'm gonna enjoy the second game a lot more than the
Scientific journals
first.
debating the Spider-Man problem.
MJ, Sable presence downstairs just ballooned. I think Norman's being moved. Worried they
Can I
might
play the
spot me.
piano?
I might have had something to do with it.
Rocket Man!
Keep your distance. I should be okay for now.
Okay, is that everything?
Work order for keypad lock. Looks like he used Harry's last day as the code.
Harry's last day.
That must be the day Harry
Now
left
the
for
doors
Europe. Doors are
open
locked till the
magically.
system check finishes.
Open sesame. Well, that's about all I can do. Alright. Man, he's got a nice place, you know?
Norman could be back
All
any
these
minute.
couches and no
I'm gonna
friends
find
to
that
share it
keypad
with.
code.
Like, what's the point?
Harry's last day. I
Why
know
did I
we
go the
left
long
last
way?
summer, but was it July or
Now, I found this by luck
Harry
first
took a
time around. I
journey.
don't know if you're
Harry's mom
supposed
and Lee.
to,
We used to
like,
make fun
find
of
some
him for
clues
calling
to
her the
find
police
this.
mom at Midtown.
But I felt like a
Sure.
genius. So I was like,
Keep
wait,
Harry's
how did
place.
I find that by accident first try? You know? Didn't wander in all the other rooms. Can we wander in the other rooms? Is this still Harry's? Have I even been in here? It's a nice shower. Look at this place. I will get to the other side soon. 1 month from today, we will get to the other side. Alright. Ta-da!
This can't be
Oh,
for
no.
Harry, can it?
Well, it feels a little different now that we've seen what Harry's model looks like in this new game. He
Harry's
sure ain't the
journal.
same model from this game.
His last entry is marked July 18.
Yeah, Europe today,
That
haha.
must be the code
I'm
to
not
get-
doing well, and I'm probably gonna die soon, so... We've created Devil's Breath to try and save my life, but it ain't working, so we gon' get this gooey alien substance we know nothing about to bond with me.
I am saying we should not rush off without a plan.
We? You are staying here. The antiserum's ready, and I'm going to supervise production.
You will be completely vulnerable without.
Oh, he's gonna be a
I
good Green
seem to be
Goblin. He
completely
really
vulnerable
is.
with you. I'm going alone. End of discussion.
Excited to see what they
Team
do
two
with
on
Norman.
standby.
You don't plant him in this game the way you have without future plans of Green Goblin. It's just
Norman's cure is
painted and
He's
set
headed to
in
the lab
stone
right now.
what they want to
Can
do.
you follow?
Not without alerting him. Somebody spiked Sable's coffee today. Her men are set on double secret probation alert.
Okay, then stay ready. I've almost got the location.
Easy peasy. Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go, that works. Easy street. Alright, we're on easy street. It's nothing but a treat when you're on easy street. Drinking the good champagne. We're sitting on the gravy train. Life is but a treat when you're on... I was gonna say Mary Jane Street, but that's not.
Continuing sector sweep.
It's not a treat. This is a chore.
Okay, July 18. Bingo.
July 18. Close to my birthday, but not my birthday. Ta-da!
Creepy.
We've made it,
Gotta find the
guys.
location of the
Time to take a selfie. Bessie's hanging out. Let's go, guys! There we go. Screenshot that one. That could be a wallpaper. No, other way. Ah, what a lovely, lovely photo that is. That's art right there.
breath lab. Something
Alright.
in this room must be useful.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Wow. Norman. Looks like Norman. Huh. Disabled. I bet I can find the Devil's Breath lab with
Is this one?
It must be an Oscorp property with a GR27.
Yeah.
That's the
That didn't
code
take
name
long.
for Devil's Breath. This is it.
I don't even really get how that puzzle works. You just kind of hit them a lot until all three cross. And I just kind of remembered over time.
I knew it. 10th and Cathedral, Oscorp's records department. Perfect place to hide a secret biotech facility. GR27 Martin Lee incident. What is this?
And we are rolling. I will be right next door. Just relax and let the medicine do its work.
Hell yeah. I actually think this is done very effectively. Obviously it's that dodgy, found footage tape that's edited and everything for us. But the acting in it, I don't know, you can feel the pain, the panic, the fear. That's murder. unintentional, but
What have you done?
Oh my god. Norman and Otto. They started all of this. They created Lee.
I don't know why she's saying it out loud. She's on her own. It wasn't necessary to say it out loud, was it? Maybe. I don't know. It seemed pretty clear. It feels like it's done to spell it out to little kids playing the game, which is okay. I suppose I can give it a pass for that. You know, because while a lot of us older, sweaty nerds like to complain about this and that, and it's not good enough, and we want more, kids are really happy with what they get, and it's not just about us anymore. As much as I want to be. Why could I hear? I could hear like Geometry Dash music. What was that? Nah, I ain't lying. Like, it sounded like Harry was playing Geometry Dash in that tank back there. Are you sure he's sick? That was weird.
I've got the lab location. And a lot more. How far away are you?
2 avenues over. Say the word and I'm there.
Great. Keep the motor running.
Easy. Easy street. Come on. Oh, now I can't throw through walls? Why is that? Okay. Ah, come on. Yeah, I was cutting it pretty close. Alright. Right, I can't go swimming. That's a bunch of BS. Yeah, fuck it, we'll just leg it. Why do we need to attack anybody? Again, it's all peace and love here.
Need to clear that balcony.
Easy street.
Hey! Boss, we got her.
Pete, you here?
Turning off Lex now. Are you okay?
We'll be in a few seconds. Northwest corner.
I'm watching this and I just can't wait for the second game. It's just gonna be such a level up from this.
Hey, you ready?
Wait, hold on.
I just hope every aspect is as fleshed out as I'd like it to be. You know, from side content, obviously the map's gotten a huge boost. The traversal's got an update with the loop-de-loops and the web wings and the slingshots.
You're amazing.
Yeah. I can't wait to wear the black suit for the first time. The black suit from Spider-Man 3, it's in the game. Let's go.
It's all so much to take in. Harry's sick. Norman and Lee and Dr. Octavius.
I know.
This is all my fault.
No, not this song again. You are not alone anymore, Pete.
I've decided I don't hate you as much.
Let Miles and me look after Feast. You find Norman. You find the cure.
See, that's how MJ can be useful and helpful and not feel like a damsel in distress without throwing herself into a humongous amount of danger. Help it Feast do the things that we can't as Spider-Man. You know, we'll go around and slap around people. Ooh, a spider, it's starting. Alright.
I have to get that anti-serum and start putting things right. There must be some way to reach Lee and Otto.
Where's
Convince
the
them to
health
give up
level
this
at
crusade
now?
for revenge. They've both done so much good for the world. They can't throw their legacies away just to spite
I don't know,
Norman.
it's upgraded a couple times.
Okay. Norman's on his way to get the anti-serum. Better update Yuri.
I hope this is good news.
It is. Oscorp just created an anti-serum.
Have I glitched the game out again? The targeting system was still there.
How quickly can we get it to people?
I'm on my way to find out. The lab is at 10th and Cathedral.
Wait. I just got a report of a helicopter going down in that area.
Oh no, that could be Norman's helicopter.
I'd send officers your way, but I don't have any.
Don't worry, I'm on it. This will all be over soon, I promise.
This is such a good game. But again, I think the web swinging is my only real issue. Like, if you don't have a costume I don't want, that's fine. There's so many others that I already love that are already here. There's already so many to choose from, you know, I can't complain that much. I really can't. But the web swinging is something that I'm just doing all of the time, constantly, and I guess the only thing I wish I had was just something a little bit more freeing. You know, less safety walls for when I swing near the ground. Just less safety nets, and I think it's been done with young kids in mind, so that you can just do, you know, hold the trigger, push forward on the stick, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else. The whole system's automated for you. And, you know, I get that, but kids aren't that dumb, you know? It doesn't have to be that easy. I remember playing through Spider-Man 2 as a kid on the PS2, which was very challenging, and I got through all the game pretty good. I got the hang of it. Again, fall damage and things like that incentivized me even as a kid to get smart. Egg, let's go. But the end of Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, when you're fighting Otto in that game, that's when it got hard. That shit was ridiculous. The game does not tell you how to beat the boss. It's like, figure it out. And, you know, me having played that as a kid, I was 4 years old when it came out. I think I have a lot of ground to speak on when I talk about the game, you know, whether that was a good experience, how difficult it was. It was good. I remember it fondly. I remember it being very challenging. I think the thing, almost all games have this problem now, where it's way too easy. You know, when things are super easy, everyone can complete the game. So the people that aren't good at games, that review games, let's say that guy that played Cuphead one time and couldn't figure out how to get past the tutorial, when they review the game, they will give it a good score because they were able to beat the game. But when you make a game that's very difficult, the dopamine rush you can get from beating a level you were stuck on for so long, you know, it's nothing beats that. You know, finally getting to smack a boss in the face you've been trying to slap around for ages. You know, it's not super satisfying when it feels given to us. People like to work for things. It's weird, but we need it in our lives. Take care of the demons quick. I just took care of most of them. Alright? I'm beating things before the dialogue can even catch up to me.
Tired of you harassing our agents, Spider-Man. This ends tonight.
You guys think I took out your men? You gotta be kidding me.
Ah, oh, come on, I missed him. Again? There we go. Yeah, I think people undervalue games when they're difficult. Oh boy. Ah, oh, come on. See, this is why you don't activate the web blossom. Because then you can't dodge when things are coming at you. Alright. Easy, easy peasy. yeah, I'm glad the second game is going to be harder. I think that's my moral. They've learnt that us gamers can handle a bit of challenge. Where was I throwing that one to? Get it together, Spider-Man. Now, see, that shit should explode like when it hits me, alright? That's not fair. One of these days, one of those barrels I throw at you is gonna be full of some toxic waste when it hits you. And then it won't be so funny anymore.
Really wish Sable would cut me some slack. We should be on the same team.
Oh, there's one more. Alright, we're good.
Demons and Sable are down. Time to follow Lee inside.
Let's
Why
go.
are you so heavy?
I think Norman's probably keeping some other secrets in there we don't need to know about.
You harass my men, destroy my equipment, and cost my client millions. Give me one good reason I should not kill you right now.
Listen, I don't like you, you don't like me. But Lee has your client inside this building right now, and he's gonna kill him if we don't do something. We could fight each other, or we could fight Lee, but not both.
I think I could do a let's play with the cam on. I think I can do it for the second game. I might make it a little smaller so I can see more of the screen. But I reckon I could do it.
Does this mean we're good?
You will help me secure Norman. After that, I make no promises.
Works for me. Lee's out of control.
Did Insomniac put the little icons, like the little web wheels in the new game, you know how like they're not in the bottom corners of the screen? Let's say, you know, this cam is the screen. They didn't put them there, but they've moved them
This ends tonight.
in the middle like this. Have they done that so for when people stream, they're not covering anything that we need to see? Again, it's PlayStation 5 in mind, and this is what it's like to stream on the PlayStation 5. Like, this system was built for it. Is that why?
The man who built Feast.
It could be. It wouldn't surprise me. Alright. My god, Mr. Pessimism. Mr. Pessimism. God, forget the joke, just forget it.
I know what happened to your parents. The accident.
Ooh, see, now it should be this costume. Doesn't that look cooler? We've been taken into his world and it's affecting everything, even us. I don't know why we stay colored when everything else looks like this. It looks like they're gonna do the actual negative suit, what this was in the comic books, which is like the red and blue colors are reversed and then the colors are very washed out. I might be able to find it if you guys want to see the costume I'm talking about.
I won't let you do this, Martin.
These cutscenes look so much cooler.
Lee's pain. His anger. It's fueling his power.
Let's see if I can find it. Probably need a good idea to bring up YouTube while I'm streaming. Probably won't bode very well for my internet. Moments earlier. Here we go. I have found it. I have found it. While we're watching the cutscene. Let's see. See, you'll see there's a reversed colored one there. Oh god, the green screen's not doing well with that. But it's blue and red the other way around. You can also see the more serious costume on the other side, in the middle. That's the one I'm looking forward to using. I don't know what the difference is between the two on either side. They look pretty similar. Maybe, I don't know, we'll find out. But yeah, we're going to get the actual version of what this costume was supposed to be. But their version's pretty cool too. It makes sense for what, you know, this interpretation looks like. And I reckon the suit should look like that for just a little while until it almost like cools off. You know?
Do you insist on trying to
Like you think of how he transfers his powers to like his goons, let's call them goons. He transfers his powers to his goons, they stay with his goons until they're knocked out or whatever. That the effect of being in Mr. Negative's world for a period of time does this to the costume, and eventually it'll fade away and come back to normal color. You know, maybe now it would start to fade and come back. I just think it would be cool if it was something they did, but they haven't. I just don't know why. Oh my god. There comes all the chat questions again. But just like the ones from earlier? That's strange. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Alright. You wanna be like that? Fine. Yeah, I just think it was a wasted opportunity having made the costume and everything not to use it for story related reasons at all. Like they did the work, they put the work in, all they had to do was just switch it. You know? Come on, power down already. There we go. Do you have to hit me in order for it to work? Come on.
This isn't you! This is exactly who I am!
Maybe I'll just let the drones take care of it. It's gotta be doing something, right? Ooh. That actually worked! The suspension matrix lifted him up. That's cool.
Osborn's crimes will be on your head!
But yeah, I'm glad the bosses are getting a revamp, because this whole don't attack now and then attack again, it just gets old very quickly. You gotta wait for the cooldown, then you start punching, and it's the basic punching. A parry system does so much, and then to have levels to it like this is a different part of it, and it would feel like another level if it wasn't the same. If it wasn't the same gimmick, like all you gotta do again is still just dodge him and punch him.
I know you can beat the demon, Mark! Beat the demon? I am the demon!
You know, all we gotta do is swing around. Real leisurely and stuff. Easy peasy. And then this thing shows up. Once it shows up, he has a cooldown. And then you can start punching him again. And then you start swinging around again. You know, it's not for the hardest difficulty possible, and me live streaming it and not really paying that much attention. No, it's not enough, I suppose. For the hardest difficulty, I suppose. You know, you don't even have to worry about any of the guys around or nothing like that.
Now, this will all be over soon. I sure hope so.
Just keep throwing things at him if you want. Alright. Change the suit back, because this next cutscene looks really cool. The one where you fight Otto and that. And you actually get to see one of the very few times where suit damage is a thing. Oh, I thought that would have been the time. I think just doing this slows him down. Like, it doesn't even really get me anywhere faster in this boss fight. Or it doesn't seem like it. Again, another helpful reason why there's health bars in this new game. It's good. Good innovations from the Insomnimax games. But, you know, it gets repetitive doing this over and over and over. And I hope their difficulty system for this new game really ramps up. At least in the way, let's say the Arkham games, for example. Alright? You play on normal difficulty, the enemies have a little lightning icon that appears above their head to let you know that they're gonna hit you. And instead of this game where it just buffs the enemy's health and it takes more hits for you to you know, defeat him. In Arkham it was for hard difficulty. All that stuff is going to remain the same, except we're going to take away the lightning icon. You're going to have to actually look at where the enemies are and what they're doing and who is going to hit you, and not rely on the counter, which makes it super obvious. I thought that was great. That was super innovative, you know. You know, I'm not suggesting that it should be the exact same, just take away the spider sense stuff, but something other than just we've buffed their health. You've just got to punch them more than you already had to. It doesn't feel like it's that much more difficult. It just makes everything a little bit longer, really. Hell yeah, epic pose. See, and then after this is when the costume should start to change back or something. After he exits the world, like flash, flash, flash. Look at Normie.
Osborn needs to pay. I know. But this is the wrong way, Martin.
I don't know why they don't allow suit damage in this game. Like, you have the damaged classic suit from the start, but with this, I think the advanced suit is like the only suit, if you put it in this cutscene, actually takes damage. You know, it's not a heap. This game is so cinematic, it looks great. But you'll more see like black roughed up spots on the costume. It's only really after he gets completely annihilated in a second. Here it is. Damage. See all up the wrist and the back and all that stuff. I don't know why they didn't make that, I don't know, a suit we could use, or just, I don't know, it's something they've already done again. It's like, why? The dirty costume instead of the damaged costume. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. That's what he should say. That exclusively when he wears that costume. This stuff's cool. I'd like to see this dynamic come back in the third game. I feel like that's the time to bring Otto back into the play, bring everyone into the tenfold that already has a thing against him. Just to mix up the dynamics even more. It's not just Pete and Norman. Oh, now you give a shit. Because I did your job for you, you bloody
Where's Otto?
Gone.
what
But we're not
what are
worried
they?
about him right now.
Sokovian?
He needs a
No,
hospital.
where's she from?
No. No hospital.
I know she sounds Russian, but that's not it. Where is it? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. But we're getting close, guys. I guess we're really going to just settle into the story this time around. Really let us full loop around to where we were before. Unless you guys have some questions about the new game or anything like that you'd want to talk about, I'm all ears.
It's been a while, but
But otherwise, we can just chill back and enjoy this.
masks, gloves, whatever you have that's sterile.
You can thank me by not dying. Oh my god.
What if MJ got bitten by the spider in this case? Wouldn't that change up things? Would MJ just go back on everything she said and be like, no, now I am as powerful as you and I am going to throw myself in just as many dangerous situations? Which I suppose makes much more sense if she's got spider powers, then I'm more listening to reason. But has MJ become Spider-Man before? Spider-Woman? Because we've got Spider-Gwen, obviously. What would she be? Spider-Jane?
They say she could go at any moment.
That's not very good. Neither is Aunt May's health.
Where are you going?
I need to find Otto. He has the anti-serum. I don't know if I can beat him.
Maybe you can't. Maybe Spider-Man needs help from his friend Peter.
Chat's real delayed. Maybe the Wi-Fi is
Billboard
just
runs, remember?
arse
If
at the
anyone can
moment.
hide a weakness, it's him.
That could very well be the case here. Because it is raining. I think it is raining. Hang on. Pouring outside. Okay, I'm very sorry about stream quality and if the chat's all delayed at the moment. There's just not much I can do about it. Thank God the spider didn't bite MJ. I didn't need that. Miles was a much better candidate.
All right. No. No, that's not it. Maybe it's this one. No.
See, when I hit spiders, they don't usually look like that. They look like squished. I guess I hit them really hard. I don't really want the big furry ones getting back up again. It's like you got hit, crushed.
AJ's right. I built the neural interface. That means I can destroy it. There must be something at the lab I can use.
What other thoughts and opinions on this game have I not given yet? I guess I've glossed over the city being completely destroyed and all that. There's just already so much going on. Martin Lee's boss fight. I mean, while visually cool, you know, it's everything that it should look like. Gameplay wise, it's just not that challenging. And a boss fight should be something that tests you. And each boss fight after the last one should test you more, you know? And although it looks like I might have struggled a bit more in this entire stream, it's because I am streaming. It does put an extra last time to get your abilities. Where is it? Can't read it because I'm in front of it.
I think I'm actually gonna miss you and your death troopers.
Yeah. See you, Sable. Bye bye. Have a fun time. For a minute I forgot his face model was changed.
Did the impossible.
Back to reality.
But now I have to destroy it. With a little creation of my own.
I hate that I keep bashing on it. I'd love to just let go, but you already build such... You know, you play as the first model so much, and then you go through the final cutscene that we'll get to. You're like emotionally tied to that's what this Peter sounds like and looks like. To then change it after the fact just completely rips you out. You know? When they did change it, they went about the best way you could, which was just doing it in the Miles game, get it out there early, get everyone used to it, so by the time we get to the second game, people don't care as much. They've already started to accept it. This costume, I'm not keen on. I get the idea, make a suit out of Otto's arms, but again, he just doesn't seem much like Spider-Man anymore. I don't know. I'm not into the super techie Spider-Man. My disbelief for this kid that can't afford anything having stuff like this.
And once again, we have
Yeah.
footage of Mayor Osborn being held captive on the roof.
This is all cool. You can tell they really tried to outdo themselves with the cutscenes story here right towards the end of the game. They're like, alright, forget Martin Lee. We were baiting you with that the whole game. This is the story.
Not gonna happen.
The world will know the truth before they mop you off the pavement.
It looks fantastic.
Tell them what you did.
I never.
Everything you have is built on lies. Lies!
Can't wait to see more of the lies in the future. Obviously, there's the Martin Lee thing, but I think Otto is referring to the fact that the odes, the company Norman took, there's a lot more.
You stole my company, my ideas.
Yeah.
Now, the truth.
The truth. Okay.
You should ask him for it.
The truth is, you were only ever worth a damn when you worked for me. The truth is, you could never accept that I'm better than you. You're a failure, Otto, and you always will be.
Gotta respect Norman for sticking to his guns, even in the face of death. He'd rather die with his misguided pride than just give Otto one thing to save his own life. Like, it definitely gives you a lot of idea of his character and what he's going to be like come a third game. Wonder if they could bring Gwen into the third game, because people have been asking about Gwen in the first and second game. If they brought her in for a third game as, oh, this was Peter's first love interest back from his early days in high school, and then do a Gwen Stacy on the bridge situation,
Have it your way.
that'd be pretty full on.
We don't have much time. Please.
I'll turn over the anti-serum when Osborn pays for his crime.
Alright, does change you to the resupply gadget. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, got a little eager again.
Just give me the anti-serum. You've already done enough to ruin Osborn.
No! He always bounces back. He has to lose everything.
He's gonna lose everything, Norman. Just be patient. Read the script for the third game. Come on. Get with the program.
Enough playing.
Gotta move.
Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, again, it's weird how they took so much from
People are dying.
the Amazing Spider-Man franchise of all things. You know, with this whole sequence on the top of Oscorp and the top of the tower gonna be torn apart. But hey, it ain't something I'm complaining about. It's cool. I find it cool.
Let me save the city. Give me the antidote, and I promise Osborn will face charges.
So the emotional beats of this, they only really hit me after I'd played it once or twice. And the reason being, I don't know, I guess it was just such a sensory overload of just not knowing what I'm in for. You know, by the time you got to hear it 2 or 3 more times through, and then you could finally really hear the music underneath it. You know, you feel the emotions swelling up. You're not as confused about what Otto knows and what Otto doesn't know, or how long he knew about Peter's identity. And you've got the full picture in mind. I mean, it was still awesome. It still was, even the first time. And I just can't wait to see what Spider-Man 2 holds, and I'm so excited that I get to share that with you guys.
Such a disappointment. Parker.
Now the question. How long did he know for? Does he know from the moment he catches his threads? I think so. Because he starts the...
You. I won't let you win.
Because he starts his plans for the raft very early on. He's not stupid.
Not more than it
Well,
means to me.
kinda. Depends on what we're talking about. Peter, if you had the strength to do that, you should have just done it from the start. So yeah, it seems like the boss is going to hit another level here, but it's more spectacle over gameplay, which is fine.
Can't you see all the people you're hurting? You'll never understand. You haven't.
I do think it's cool that the arm comes right for the screen and everything. Okay. Guess I messed up there. I think Venom is just going to hit so much harder than Otto in this game. And I'm really glad that it seems like Brian Intihar understands the appeal of Venom. That very, very personal story. That darker story.
You'll have to save yourself.
Because we already discussed it in a different stream. You know, Sam Raimi's thoughts on Venom and, you know, how he sees nothing more than a monster. If it's done right, you know, and you know what it's supposed to be about, it's the most compelling Spider-Man story, I reckon. Obviously not more compelling than... I gotta watch what I say, I'm on the internet. Obviously not more compelling than stories like Spider-Man Blue or all sorts of other personal gripe battles and things that Peter goes through. I feel like I'm not even making sense anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just slacking right now.
Not tired.
There's a certain quality level I want to hit, and live streaming, it's very hard to maintain that. So the game decides it's allowed to get a little bit violent here. The second game is going to be a lot more violent from what I've learned. Bit of blood.
If you want to change the world, you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions.
I couldn't agree more. The anti-serum.
Just a Fury P if I don't know what that is. Sorry. This is the one time I think this face model looks good. The very first time I played through the game, remastered with this face, I went through the entire game going, it's not working for me, it's not working for me, it's not working for me. But when it came to this and him showing more emotion, I could see more emotion in this face model than I could the last one. Maybe because that's a remaster, but I don't know, it works for me a little bit better in this scene.
Have a duty, a responsibility, to use our talents in the service of others, even if they don't appreciate it.
Doesn't look that bad here, you know?
We have to do what's best for those beneath us, whether they understand it or not. No, you're wrong!
You know, here.
You are everything I wanted to be! You just threw it away! Yes, of course.
Yeah, oh, that's one of my issues with it. Is that his hair is too perfect, you know?
The neural interface affected my mind.
Like, considering what he's just been through, and the mask on and off, probably all day, his hair looks pretty perfect still. It shouldn't, but it does, and that's where I think the second game is going to do a better job of this. His hair's shorter. He's got much more of a Tobey Maguire cut in this second game. Although this is kind of close as well, but it's not. It's too perfect. It looks too video gamey. Again, this is another reason why I like the model from the first game so much, because his hair was a mess. He had these huge bags under his eyes, like he would be completely exhausted if you're doing Spider-Man stuff and a full-time job or a part-time job or whatever. And just rushing to get everywhere. Of course you'd be tired. He seems like you would never sleep if you were Spider-Man. He's up all night fighting crime. And that tired, worn down 8 years of being Spider-Man has taken its toll. It just looked right there. And here I wouldn't say he looks 16 and that he's super young now and that he's way worse than Miles. I would say instead of 23 he looks like he's 19, 20. You know, smidge older than Miles. In this new game he looks like he is, 23. He's actually a lot older. Again, we'll get to see more when we get to play through it. So this scene, guys, what do we all think of this scene? I think it was a ballsy move from Insomniac. Considering it was their first time playing around with the Spider-Man property, they could have played it safe, you know what I mean? But they decided to make a bold move, and apparently it was a decision they went back and forth on a lot. I think it paid off. I think it was a good one.
Use it to cure someone right now.
I don't know, you don't expect them to have the balls to do it, and when they do it, they mean it. They send it. First time I watched it, I got teary-eyed, so that's why I'm a little worried about going into the second game, which is probably going to be a little darker and hit a little harder, that I don't get emotional. I think Aunt May hasn't been attractive since the rain. Look, as much as I love Rosemary Harris, I'm pretty sure it's her birthday today, by the way. 96 or something like that. Happy birthday. She is still kicking it. Love her very much.
You're gonna be okay,
and probably the best Aunt May. I do have a soft spot for... oh my god, I've lost the actress's name. The actress that played Aunt May in the Amazing Spider-Man franchise. Sally Field. I think she was great too. I do. The comedic back and forth with Andrew Garfield about cleaning the chimney or doing the laundry, or her relationship with Ben before Ben dies, I think is really well done. It feels very real there. While Rosemary Harris gives the most heart-wrenching speeches of, there's a hero in all of us kind of thing, which is great. I think this was the best. Decision. Like, to have Aunt May die. I mean, just... That sounds kind of cruel when I say that out loud. Again, I'm not really making too much sense at the moment. Getting a little delirious. Been editing videos all day. But yeah, I gotta respect Insomniac for doing this. They sent it and hard. And I think the reason I got emotional the first time I watched it, at my best waifu forever. I mean, in the Tom Holland fucking movies, she's everyone's waifu. I've noticed a trend that this game broke with each franchise that each time Spider-Man was rebooted, Aunt May got 10 years younger. Not sure why, but that just happened to be the case. And yeah, I think the reason I got emotional the first time I watched it, it wasn't much. I wasn't actually crying, but I got, the tears were welling up. You were feeling it was because you have that previous history with the character, and you're kind of taking everything else into account as if they've been through the same things that they were in maybe the Raimi movies and the Garfield movies and the Mark Webb films. And you just know that relationship already, so you laughed at her death. I mean, everyone experiences things in different ways, man, and that's fine. But yeah, I just remember I felt what Insomniac was going for. Actually, the beat hit for me, which was good. But that's where the change in face model really ruined that for me. Because you feel like you're not only swung around with this Spider-Man and seen the relationship with him and MJ and Miles, start to finish, but then you go through this traumatic event with Peter Parker, or at least I did, and felt his loss, to then have his face swapped. It's like an imposter. I laugh so hard I even had to see it one more time again. You're a messed up individual, man. I love you, eh? I'm glad you've been making it to all the streams, man. You've made it to 4 of 4. I can't believe we're getting the game finished today. I thought we was going to take 5 streams. That's what I accounted for. So we're going to have time for 4 streams with Miles Morales. I'm going to actually get to learn the mechanics again, because when it comes to the Venom powers, I haven't used and done all of that as much as I have just web swinging in this game. And it's very fun, but I do need to relearn it going into Spider-Man 2. But we'll have 4 streams for that. But yes, exactly 1 month until the new game. Excited time. Oh. But yeah, when you go through, the sequence with Aunt May dying just to have this new Peter there, yeah, he just feels like an imposter. Like, this isn't your Aunt May. This is wrong. I don't buy into that at all now. It just feels so weird. You're watching someone cry over someone else that isn't who they are supposed to be.
You can always
4 out of 4 streams. That's right, man. I am a happy camper because you have come and you have left your chats, and we have talked about some weird and deranged things, and I am thankful for that.
I never stopped wanting to.
I think one of the things I didn't really buy into this game was their relationship. After like the Martin Lee sequence and they text on the phones, that feels very real. To a certain point. You can only get it so close and so realistic. But that, for the most part felt real. I guess it's Peter bending backwards to try and be with her specifically. Hair is so jiggly in games. It is. That's usually why they have most of the any female character from like Ellie in The Last of Us to MJ in this one, they have their hair tied up because it's so much easier to animate. They're getting ballsy in the second game with having MJ have her hair down. She does look better with her hair down, I reckon. I'm not sure what they've done with the face model again. I need to see it in more context and different cutscenes than what they've showed. I feel like it's one of those situations where we got to see stills of Heath Ledger's Joker before the movie that were like, what is this? But if you just showed us one scene of him from the trailers, you'd go, okay, I get it now. I feel like it might be that. There's no way she's going to, look as bad as what we have seen so far. She's going to look nicer. Imagine MJ has a power which extends her. You think of the strangest powers, man. That power is called time. So if we wait long enough, all of our hair will grow out. Well, not mine since I got it cut. It's actually starting up again. It's getting longer again. I've got so many videos on the go from all sorts of different time periods that I've shot different videos at, that my hair is just going to look like it's long and cut and then long again, and then you watch it slowly grow through a different thing, and then it's all over the place. It's not going to make sense, but that's fine. No one will care but me. I'm the only one really watching out for it. So that's Spider-Man. I love this game. First time I played it. I'll have to change my profile picture to your... Well, there's a lot of things you could change it to. Actually, if you go back in the stream to when I was MJ in her last stealth sequence, I'm not sure if you were there for that, but you sneak into Norman's secret room, I take a selfie there. You can use that as the profile picture. That would be great. Oh, with the new hair. Oh, well, man, I just gave you a pretty good idea. If you after the stream, or you could do it now if you wanted to. Yeah, I do take a little selfie with a little peace symbol and stuff. It's good, you know. But that would be funny. But yes, Spider-Man. I love the game. The first time I played it, it was great. For me, it got better the more I understood it and mastered it. I don't know how I want to go. Don't know how I want to go about playing the second game still. Whether I want to again use the camera or not. I might. I think I'll be able to. Might make it a little bit smaller so I can see more of the screen and what's going on and not have to look at myself. The chat will have to be off for spoilers' sake. Just I've waited too long to have one thing ruined for me now. And how to play the game, I suppose, because you can just plow through the story. That way you can get away from a lot of major spoilers and then just free roam and do all the side content. But I feel like the side content is very much going to be different depending on whether you're doing it in the middle of the story in the black suit versus after the fact when you probably don't have the black suit anymore and you're well past all of that. And you don't want to beat the whole game and then do every single crime and side mission in the red suit and not see the alternate things that could have happened if you were wearing the black suit and how aggressive you could have been in cutscenes. I don't know. So I think I'm just going to play the game at my own pace. There'll be long streams. I'll be just sending it, going for it.
Well, you know, you're at that age where
and then taking my time with some collectibles and just figuring out the world, learning how to swing again with the web wings and experimenting, try to do some loop-de-loops. I guess whatever I'm going to find fun, I suppose, is what I'll do.
Better that I show you.
Yeah, before we get there, we're going to have 4 streams on Miles Morales, baby. So for those of you who haven't seen, which I don't think either Mr. Spider-Man Ass Picks or Nitro Rock have seen, I think I'll shut up more for the cutscenes in that one, just to bring everybody full back up to speed on everything that happens in that game, because it is worth seeing through the story once, and I'll take us all the way through it. That'll be no problem at all. But yeah, I might even, because I reckon I can beat that game in 3 streams. I reckon the 4th stream I'll do a lot of side content to maybe explore some of the the side content and show you how fleshed out it is and how much better it is after everything they did here. Maybe I'm figuring it out as I go. I'm like Jack Sparrow right now. Does he plan it out or does he make it up as he goes along? We don't really know. I just kind of I wing it. So I suppose I make it up as I go along. Maybe I'm not as cool and as mysterious as Jack Sparrow. Alright, maybe I'm just Blake Bomber. Okay, I'm not Blake Bomber, Spider-Man Ass Picks Fan 5, I'm just a Blake Bomber. The Blake Bomber. It's weird saying the Blake Bomber. Like I'm a staple. I'm not nothing yet. I'm just a guy on the bottom of the planet that loves Spider-Man and loves these games and just wants to talk about these games, as well as review some movies and whatever else. I like making videos. I'm here to stay on my special little corner of YouTube with my 500 and something subscribers. It's a good time here. if you're watching this after the fact, like a lot of you have been, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. It's been an absolute treat having you here, even though I haven't been able to talk to you one-on-one after the fact. But I hope you've enjoyed it and what we've talked about. Started a little fast today because we were talking about all sorts of just random anything crazy news about the new game coming out, which maybe if you're watching this years down the line, the game's already come out and this was just kind of pointless. But maybe this will serve as a time capsule for theories that I had, how excited I was, what we had seen versus what we haven't seen. And yes, can't wait. We will dive into Miles Morales very soon, and then after that we will get into the symbiote and Spider-Man 2 in this cutscene that I'm skipping to right now. I thought it would happen with a button press, but I'm talking my way through it. Here we go. Normie Norman. Hervey Norman. They've got plans. They've got plans, guys. And yeah, I know they shouldn't really be just killing off heaps of people that killed Aunt May, but I kind of would like to see him take out Harry completely, since he's sick.
So close.
You know, and he might need to be bonded to that to just live for a while. You know, once his health starts declining again after he gets his second chance. We just know it's coming.
I will find a cure. I will. I love you, son.
That's not Harry. We've seen his model in the second game. Different face. It's almost like they really, really didn't plan far out ahead. I'm so glad that symbiote's an alien, man. That was a question for a long time. For me personally, just like, I hope it's not Oscorp created. That takes away from the mystery and the fear of what this thing is. And there we go, guys. Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered for the PS5. That has been our Rewind Replay. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming and hanging out. We have been running a hot minute, so I might have to wrap it up soon. But is there any more questions, any more things we want to ask and talk about before we wrap up? I'd push for 2.5 hours or something.
I'm flying pretty close to blind. I ought to look for towers to activate.
No, we're not looking for any more towers to activate. We will get to that side of the city very soon, in a month's time. What else is there? Because I'm sure there's a million things I really want to talk about and discuss with you guys, but without questions flying at me left and right, it's a little bit hard to think of.
Yuri, you're back.
Oh.
How's your mom?
Hi, Yuri. We're gonna get Wraith in the second game. That'll be cool. I hope she gets all crazy vicious and stuff. I could do a 5th stream doing all the DLC, but I feel like the DLC might take a little longer than one stream. Spider Cop.
You said it. You even did the voice.
Still don't think it's worth having a costume for. Oh, there's a pigeon.
You really like me.
You made it weird. Let's go. We've got work to do.
I can't wait. Spider Cop surveys the city. Plus,
hell yeah, got the pigeon.
What have I done?
Should I try to do some crazy Spider-Man stuff before I finish? I don't know. How did any of your birds get back? I gave them the most severe case of whiplash you've never seen. So we can do that. Oh, that flip is cool.
she's got some fine birds.
Yeah. Sure will, Spider-Man. Thanks again. And please, keep an eye out.
Can't wait for the advanced web trick system for Peter Parker in this new game.
Agents, this is Control. What's the situation in Longacre? Control, APC Bravo, engaging demons.
Reckon I'll help the guys who didn't storm City Hall.
I hate it switching my power suit. Give me my web blossom back. It's overpowered as hell.
not bombing?
So they got rid of the one more thing I have remembered now. They got rid of the suit powers in the new game. Oh god, was that an actual car crash? That was a car crash. Does that happen?
Oh good, demon set back up. I was starting to worry I might win this.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Yeah, get out of here. Don't know why I'm still going. I don't know. I love playing this game, guys. I do. I really do. You know, and even though we have the Miles game, I still prefer to play this one. Although, there are some elements of that game I'm very much looking forward to revisiting. The trick system being one of them.
Everyone in this city wants me
Because
dead.
this forward rolling, and then back flipping, and then side flipping both ways, and then you got that twirl going down, and then you've got the half roll when you do front flips. It's not enough. It's not. It's just so standard. It really feels like it was an afterthought, like a, oh god, we should throw something in last second, because people are probably like, trick system, come on guys, and they're like, slow down fans, we have just built the web swinging system, we have enough on our plates. But it looks like we're finally getting to that refinement stage. I still do think that the second game is carrying the aura and vibes that Arkham City had, where it's taking everything they've just done and they've gone, hold up, we can do it way better. Hang on a minute. And now they're going to give us the game that's mastering everything that they've been able to achieve in this game. And then I have a feeling the third game will be well, like Arkham Knight, this overly ambitious project that fails to meet expectations. That's just, yeah, overly ambitious with ideas that are so massive that it's just not going to hit as well. Like, gameplay-wise, it might be the best, but think of story-wise. Well, no, you know, you can think gameplay-wise, alright? If we have the black suit in the second game, that has a whole different, like, system, like with the tendrils and all these extra moves you can do. And then you go to a third game, all you're doing, you're losing all of that. Now, what else can you add on top of what you've already done to make that even more involved in a third game? I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, even story-wise, I just don't see how it can top Venom. I mean, Goblin, yeah, you've got that potential, but you've got to do something magical with it. But that has been Spider-Man, guys. Thanks, everybody, so much for hanging out. It has been a blast. I've loved doing it, although it does take a little bit. It's a little taxing streaming and playing at the same time, but it's all good. If you haven't already and you're still here, consider subscribing and dropping a like on the stream. Helps out a lot. Helps this get pushed through to more people that think likewise, that want to just enjoy Spider-Man stuff and not care about all the BS in their real life or the Spider-Man drama on the side. Alright? And, yeah, thanks for being awesome. I will see you next week, probably Thursday. We will see what happens. Thursday, Wednesday, Friday. It'll be around that time-ish. Next week for when we continue with Spider-Man Miles Morales. Thanks again, and I will see you then. Bye, guys. Alright.